Here we go, guys. Game 1 between TLG and Roylee on the left with the team of Iris, Licorice, Landius, Leonhard, and Yusuke. It is TLG, the last game. And his opponent on the right, the back-to-back Langrisser Mobile Apex Arena champion. It is Roylee. Rocking the Rachel, Reen, Weiler, Landius, and Aaron lineup. And for turn 1 for TLG, we have Yusuke moving aggressively forward and opting in for the faction buff. Aaron Hod is just gonna stay in her little spot right there. And we do have a Lancer Landius coming in for TLG here. And it's going to move on. It's going to move on forward and faction buff. And as we can see here, this Erenhard, I do believe she is 5 or 6 stars, but the attack on the Erenhard, very, very strong. And as we see, we do have an Exorcist here. Interesting enough. And this Rachel with Lightning Strike, Gospel, and Dark Reaper, and we have the Reen with his Transform, Azure, Flame Slash, and Arc Slash, which will transform into Termination Slash Stolen and Fatal Arc Slash. So it looks like TLG is going to teleport. Licorice in front of the Landius, so we are gonna possibly see a turn 1 demon advent into either Dark Despair or DDB, but we shall see here. Now Roylee is up with the Rachel, and Landius and Reen still available for movement. We shall see what Roylee is going to do here. Both players expect both players to take a good amount of time to plan out their moves. But as we can see here, TLG is aggressively taking control of the center of the map, and Roylee is just going to hold back here and has opted for a Gospel on the Landius. We shall see what TLG is going to do here. TLG is actually going to go for an instant transfer with Leonhard, and it's going to take control of the force here. So we will see turn 1 a good amount of AoE coming in from this Leonhard. The thing is, though, I'm not sure if he has Balance Blade or Demon Slayer. I was unable to check it, but the defense and the magic defense are really, really high, so there's a chance that it could be a Balance Blade. Not entirely sure, but we shall see. So Roylee up with the Landius and Reen still available for movement. And again, Roylee is going to back up a bit and is going to cast a Peace of Mind here. And TLG has Licorice available for movement, so we shall see if there's going to be a Dark Despair or not. So here comes the demonic advent. Let's see what Licorice is going to do, and looks like she is going to opt in for a DDB. Going to deal a good amount of damage to everyone here, and we have Reen with the Swordsmith, so he will not be taking any form of fixed damage, but the Weiler and Erenhard will. And we have the Reen. Now we have the Reen available for movement for Roylee now. Let's see what Roy is going to do here. Will Roy move on back and transform him? And looks like that is going to happen. Here comes the spirit unification for Rena. And Reen has a nice silver glow to his hair now, but we see that he is going to be able to move a lot. So here we go. We have the FDE going off, but now here's the thing: Leonhardt will be unable to move, but it is an act again. So here comes the sword burst going to come, and Earnhardt is going to go down, and Roylee is going to lose the Weiler and Earnhardt to the 1 AoE from the Leonhardt of TLG. An excellent play by TLG, and he is going to go on the retreat now. And Roylee is left with only a Reen and a Rachel for DPS. Amazing move by TLG here. And don't forget, we still have the ground being the debuff ground in front of the forces of Roylee. So if Reen were to come down here to do a move, the Reen is going to suffer a debuff. The thing is, we don't know which debuff it is going to be. But wow, again, excellent play coming in from TLG. And Roylee is going to move the Landius on the ground, and he will not be taking any form of damage. So Landius does have a swordsmith medal as well, and also the gospel is going to keep him safe. And TLG, what is TLG going to do here next? With the Iris, the Yusuke, the Landius, and the Liquid still available for women. And here we are going to have a Dark Despair coming down, and TLG is going to deal a great amount of damage, and the ground is going, and this is a huge amount of ground that is being debuffed for TLG against Roylee, and Rachel has suffered a mobility debuff here, so she will not be able to do much, and Rachel is forced to move either up or down, because if she were to move left, she will die more than likely to the ground. And now Yusuke is going to take control of the southwest wall, and all we have available for movement is Reen. So what Reen can do is go for go here and do an arc slash, or he could go and try to go for the Termination Dawn and hope for a clock, and that is what Roylee is going to do here. Termination Dawn is going to strike, and no clock for Reen here. But we do have all of these burns coming up for TLG here. And now we have Peace of Mind. And now Iris is available for movement. So we might see a Dolly coming up here. And going to just teleport on the southwest wall or the northeast wall. And it looks like the southeast wall is going to take the spot here. And now we have all these really, really big burns coming up for Licorice and Leonhardt here, and Roylee is up to the task. So Roylee can actually. So it looks like Roylee's Rachel was prepared to face a cavalry Landius, but that doesn't seem to be the case here. And it looks like Rachel is going to go on in, and it's actually going to be using the new staff. And Rachel is able to heal up due to the effects of Dark Reaper. Excellent play by Roylee to heal Rachel back to full, but now here's the thing. Yusuke can actually move up here and try to go for a snipe if he wants. But we still have the effects of Gospel on Lanius, so it will not matter really. So TOG is going to wind up using Yusuke on the final turn, and it looks like Landius is going to move here, and we're going to more than likely see an Arc Slash going to affect Iris, Lance, and Yusuke is suffering a mobility debuff right now. And we do have a heal block and a mobility debuff on Lanius. So Lanius is unable to guard now. And Licorice has a mobility debuff and damage taken by 20%. Meanwhile Leonhardt is quiet. Now the question is, okay, so Iris was able to remove the guard debuff from Landius, so TOG should be fine here. And now we only have the Landius available for movement, and Roylee is just going to take his time, and he is going, and the Landius is going to suffer a damage dealt reduction, and Iris is going to have a tiny burn. So it looks like TLG is going to try to block Roylee from entering the grounds. Now Leonhardt is going to move back, and we have the Fury of Tear proc going off, and now Roylee is going to be taking the turn now. Now Rain has used all of his AoE skills, and unfortunately there was no clock proc on both of them. So the only thing Rain could do is a physical attack. Meanwhile, the Rachel is going to be unable to move again, even though that's not really a problem, and cannot use any form of passive skills. So let's see what Roylee is going to do here with the Lanius, Rachel, and Rain. And it looks like Lanius is just going to move on forward, and it's going to suffer an attack down, and that is very, very unfortunate. Now I wonder if TLG could go for the Yusuke snipe and stop the healing. But it looks like that is not going to be the case. The healing block debuff was removed, and let's see what Roylee's going to do with the Rachel and the Rain here. We still have a Lightning Strike, and Gospel should be available now. Rain, as I said before, can only do a physical attack here. Just waiting. Roylee has about 2 minutes left in the backup timer. And TLG with that turn 2 attack. Here we go. We have an attack on the Lanius with Rain, and not really doing too much there, but we do have a debuff, and the healing block debuff is on Landius again. Very, very unfortunate. Alright. And Licorice is unable to do any form of AoE skills now. Can go for a normal attack. Yusuke still has his Dark Spear Gun available, but I'm not sure if he can reach. No, he can't really reach, but I believe if Licorice were to move... Alright, yep, we're gonna move. So Licorice is going to go in for the attack, dealing some damage to Rain. And Rain. Just taking quite a bit. And next up for Roylee, all we have is Rachel here. Now, Yusuke could go in for the snipe against the Rain as well. And I believe it will be enough. So Roylee only down to 3 heroes, and TLG still having all 5. And in case you were just tuning in now, turn 2, TLG has moved on in with Leonhardt and took out Weiler and Earnhardt in one single AoE, and that was absolutely amazing. Now we have the Landius and Leonhardt and Glandius available for TLG. It looks like this will kill the Reen. It will not. Reen will live, but now the Leonhardt should be able to finish off here. And Leonhardt does. And now we have the Landius still available for movement. And it's actually going for the attack here. Going to get rid of some of the forces of Landius. And Roylee is going to concede game 1. And TLG will go up a game. Wow.